Hi everyone, my name is Juchar. Today I'm gonna show you a basic Cisco device configuration using a packet tracer topology. As you see in here, I have 3 routers, 2 switches and 2 stations. I named them R1, R2 and R3 for the routers, S1 and S2 for the switches. So our goal is, based on this list, we're gonna configure our devices. I assigned some network addresses. As you see, between R1 and R2 we have 172.16.1.0/30, and between R1 and R2 we have 172.16.2.0/30 as well. For R2's local network we have 192.168.1.0/24, and for R3's local network we have 192.168.2.0/24. Okay, so as you see, I wired them up using a serial interface between the routers and gigabit interface for the local networks. Okay, so let's go through the list and let's assign all this configuration. So I go to R1, I type in enable to go to user exec mode, and then conf t to go to global config mode. So the command for the host name is simply host name, and I'll name it R1. Okay, I go to R2, doing the same thing, enable to go to user exec mode, conf t to go to global config mode, and then the host name is R2. All right, let's go to R3, enable, conf t, host name, R3. Okay, let's go to switches and do the same thing. Enable, conf t, host name, S1. All right, and S2 as well, the host name S2. Okay, we assigned the names for all the devices. That was simple. All right, so the next step is we're gonna assign addresses to our interfaces. So for R1, I have serial 0/0/0 connected to R2, and serial 0/0/1 connected to R3. So I'm gonna assign the addresses for these 2 interfaces. So I go to R1. Okay, I'm gonna go to interface serial 0/0/0. Okay, I'm gonna use the first usable addresses in this network pool. So the command for that is simply IP address, IP space address 172.16.1.1, and the subnet mask, which is /30. Based on this table here, /30 is 252. Okay, 255.255.252. All right, by default router interfaces are shut down, so to bring them up we just simply say no shut. All right, it doesn't come up because the connected interface, which is R2's interface, serial 0/0/0 is still down. So we need to bring this up as well if you want to have the serial interface up. So we're gonna configure that later on, and you see how this one works. So we're gonna go to interface. We're gonna exit from here, from this interface. Okay, we're gonna go to interface serial 0/0/1, and we're gonna say IP address 172.16.2.1. I'm gonna use the first usable address in this addressing pool, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. all right, we're gonna say no shut to bring it up, and then it's all done for R1. So we're gonna go to R2. For R2 we have two interfaces. The first interface is connected to R1 using a serial connection, and the other one using a gigabit connection. We connected to switch 1. all right, first of all I'm gonna go to serial interface. So to do that, interface serial 0/0/0. okay, IP space address 172.16.1.2. because I used the first usable address for R1, I'm gonna use the second usable address for R2, which is -2.2. sorry. So the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. okay, so before I do the no shut, you remember I told you we have to bring the other interface, the connected interface, up in order to have this interface on R1. So if I do no shut, the both interfaces should come up. Let's do that and say no shut. Once I press enter, you will notice that both interfaces on on R1 and R2 should change the color to green. all right, so that's all set. I'm gonna assign the IP address for gigabit 0/1 now. So I'm gonna exit from this interface. I'm gonna go to interface gigabit 0/1 and IP address. Again, I'm gonna use the first usable address in this network, which is 192.168.1.1/24. okay, 192.168.1.1, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0/24. it's 255.255.255.0. Ooh, all right. So we're gonna do no shut to bring it up. all right, the color change, and now we have it up. So we're gonna go to R3 and we're gonna do the same thing. So first of all, I'm gonna go to the serial interface by typing the command interface serial 0/0/1. let me move the mouse, it's on the way. all right, okay, IP address 172.16.2.2. I'm gonna use the second usable address because we used the first usable address for R1 serial 0/0/1. okay, our subnet mask is 255.255.255.252 based on what we have it in here, this table. So /30 is 252. all right, so we hit enter and no shut to bring the interface up. all right, that looks good. So now go to interface. We're gonna exit from here. Let's do that. okay, exit from this interface, and then interface gigabit 0/1. all right, the IP address for that is, we're gonna use the first usable address 192.168.2.1, and the subnet mask is /24, which is 255.255.255.0. okay, we're gonna say no shut to bring the interface up. all right, so we did that. We assign all the IP addresses for the routers. That's all good. Okay, let's exit from here. And the next task is to secure our user exact mode. So our user exact mode, if I exit from here and say disable, all right, if I type in enable, I will go to user exact mode. If I type in enable, as you see, I have no security in there. So there is no password to get in there. Let's assign a password. So to do that, let's start from R1. We go to global config mode. Let's exit from here to go to global config mode. All right, and the command for that, it's enable secret. All right, before they were using enable password. Enable password, never use that. It's a clear text and is not encrypted, and it's so easy to hack. So we're gonna type in enable secret, and let's our password. Let's say Cisco. Okay, Cisco is gonna be our password. Looks good. All right. So if I exit from here now and type in disable, if I do enable again to go to user exact mode, it should ask me for a password. As you see, yes, there's a password command is there asking me for a password. Okay, the password was Cisco, so I enter Cisco and I can go to user exact mode. All right, let's do the same thing for all the devices. So enable, oh, I'm gonna exit from the interface. Okay, go to global config mode, enable secret Cisco. All right, go to R3, conf T to go to global config mode, enable secret Cisco. All right, we're gonna do the same thing for the switches. So enable to go to user exact mode, if I can type in. All right, conf T to go to global config mode, and then the command is enable secret Cisco. That's good. Let's do the same thing for S2. Enable to go to user exact mode, conf T to go to global config mode, enable secret, and then Cisco. All right, so we finished. We secured our exact mode, user exact mode. We're gonna secure our line console. This is our console, as you see. This is our console. So the console, the line console, is the port that you connect your laptop or your computer to do all this configuration. Let's secure that too. So to do that, we first of all go to our line console. Let's start from R1. Okay, so we're gonna go to global config mode again, conf T, and line con 0 or line console 0. So I'm gonna just use the con. All right, we are now in the line console. So to do that, the command is password, and let's assign a password. Let's say class. All right, we assign a class, and we're gonna say apply this password once we log in. All right, don't forget the login. It has to be applied. So that's all good. You let's exit from here. Exit again. Okay, and then do type in show running config to see our configuration so far. We're gonna scroll down by tapping the spacebar. So hit the spacebar. As you see, we have the interface gigabit 0/0. So this is not our gigabit, this is not our interface, so there is no IP address assigned and it's shut down. We haven't assigned anything to it, but excuse me, as you see the interface gigabit 0/1, we assign the IP address of 192.168.2.1 and it's there. Okay, so hit the space bar again, and let's go to line console 0. Okay, let's go to conft. As you see, nothing is assigned now. The password is not assigned, so we're gonna assign the password. So I'm gonna go to line console 0, and then I'm gonna say password class. Okay, I'm gonna say apply this one once we log in. All right, so if you exit from here, exit again to go to user exec mode, and then type in show running config to see our configuration, and hit the space bar to go all the way to the end. As you see, line console 0, the password is assigned, which is class, and login. This is not good. All right, I'm gonna explain that later on once we get to password encryption. This password is not encrypted and easy to hack. People can see this password and they can log in with this password, right? We don't want to have this password in clear text, so we're gonna encrypt it. To do that, once we get to this step, I'm gonna encrypt the password. So we just continue doing our configuration on switch 1. So enable to go to user exec mode. As you see, we now have a password because of this. We secure our user exec mode. Do you remember the command enable secret? We assigned this Cisco for the enable secret. So I'm gonna type in Cisco to go to user exec mode, and now I'm gonna go to global config mode to configure and secure our line console. So I'm gonna say line console 0. All right, and then password class, and apply this password once we log in. So type in login, and we're gonna do the same thing for the switch 2. So enable Cisco was our password for user exec mode. Conft to go to global config mode. Now we're gonna go to line console 0, and then the command is password class, and apply this password once we log in. Okay, that looks good. Now we finish this step. Trying to type in exit. All right, and then the next step is secure the line VTY. So line VTY, if you want to remotely connect into your devices using a telnet or SSH, and let's secure that as well. Okay, I'm gonna go to R1, and I'm gonna exit from the line console. All right, to go to global config mode, I'm gonna say line VTY. For the routers, we have line VTY 0 space 4. Okay, and then password. I'm gonna assign the password class as well. Apply this once we log in. Okay, exit. Let's go to R2, do the same thing. Enable Now it's asking me for the user exact mode password again. Okay, Cisco. Okay, conf t to go to global config mode, and then gonna go to line VTY. So line VTY 0 space 4 password class, and apply that once we log in. Okay, log in, go to R3, conf t to go to global config mode, line VTY 0 space 4 password class, and then log in. Let's do the same thing for the switches. We're gonna exit from the line console. We're gonna go to line VTY 0, 15 for that. In the switches, we have line VTY 0 to 15. So password class, and apply that once you log in. Alright, now we are in global config mode, so we're gonna go to line VTY 0 to 15 for the switches. Okay, and password class, and apply that once we log in. Alright, so we finished this step, and the password, as I showed you before, is not encrypted. As a matter of fact, if I exit from here and go to user exact mode, user exact mode is with the pound sign, so don't forget that. Pound sign is the user exact mode. So to show the running config, we're gonna type in show running dash config. Okay, hit the space bar all the way to the end, and as you see, both for line console and line VTY 0 to 4 and 5 to 15, the password is in a clear text. So to encrypt this password, we're gonna go to global config mode, and the command for that is service password. Now I press the tab key, and you see the command is completed automatically. So service password encryption, and hit enter. So now go back to user exact mode and do a show run, and I hit the tab key again, running config, to complete the command, and then hit enter. Okay, let's hit enter again all the way to lines. Okay, as you see right now, line console 0, it's encrypted. It's not clear text anymore. Okay, let's do the same thing for our switch 1. I exit from the line VTY, and I'm gonna say service password dash encryption. Same thing with the routers. I'm gonna exit from here, and service password, hit the tab key for completion, hit the enter to apply the command. Okay, let's exit from here. Service password is so easy. Hit the tab key. You got the complete command, and hit the enter to apply this command. All right, service password, hit the tab and enter to apply it. All right, so we encrypted the password as well. So the next step is banner. Okay, so the banner is the message once you try to log into the console. This message appears. So this message usually says, hey, this is a authorized device, do not access to it. So it's a warning message. To do that, the command is pretty simple. The command is banner, okay, MOTD for message of the day, okay. So we're gonna, between these messages, this message, we're gonna have a sign like hash sign or percentage sign or dollar sign. I would go with percentage, okay. And then just simply, this is an authorized device, okay. Do not access. Hit the percentage sign again and hit the enter. If you want to see if this message applied, we exit from here and show run. And hit the space bar to find the banner. Okay, banner, message of the day, and this is an authorized device, do not access. Alright, so we can apply the same thing for all the devices. So banner, message of the day, percentage sign, this is an authorized device, okay. Do not access. All right. Okay, percentage sign again. Let's go to all the devices and do the same thing. So banner, message of the day, okay, percentage sign, this is an authorized device, okay, blah blah blah, and then percentage sign to close that. Switch one, okay, banner, message of the day, percentage sign, this is an authorized device, percentage sign again, and the last device, which is our switch. So we're gonna go to conft to go to global config, and banner, message of the day, percentage sign, this is an authorized device. Close that with percentage sign again. Alright guys, we did it. We assigned the host name using a host name command. We assigned the addresses to interfaces. We basically went to the interfaces with the IP address. We assigned the IP address to the interfaces, and we secure our user exact mode using a enable secret. We secure our line console using a password and login. Same thing with that. We went to line VTY 0 space 4 for the router and 0 space 15 for the switches, and password login. For the password encryption, we use service password encryption, and we assign the banner using a banner, message of the day, MOTD, and then percentage sign, hash sign, whatever sign you want to use, and the message, and we close it with the same sign. So I hope that was informative for you. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how to do static routing. We basically do this computer cannot talk to this router because they are in totally different network. In order to do that, we have to assign a static routing. All right, to do that, in the next video, I'm gonna show you a simple method. And till the next video,